It's the 20th of November 2016. Welcome to episode 19 of RapBabble, the weekly hip hop podcast. This week, it's been really quiet. I mean, really quiet. But then there is one story, one really loud story, that has really piqued my interest that I want to get into. And it involves Rae Sremmurd. This is a duo who embody trap music. And when I say trap music, I mean the melody, the melody driven type music where you can't really understand what they're saying and they're not really saying that much, but it has a lot of melody in the chorus and in the lyrics. And they, the Future types, for example, Future, Designer, Migos, Young Thug, Rae Sremmurd is kind of forgotten. They're a duo. They're forgotten, but they're part of that. And they've had quite a few big hits. In fact, they're all about hits. Their albums don't have a lot on them, but they're singles. They are singles artists. And they put out their second album called what's it called? Srem Life 2. So they just put number 2 in front of the title, which is not very imaginative. But they had a song called Black Beatles, and in the song and in the video is quite good. They portrayed it as rock stars, which doesn't work because the Beatles were actually pretty tame when it came to rock stars. So it probably should have been called Black Rock Stars, but they called it Black Beatles anyway. And they're on stage. The video is them in concert. They have guitars singing into a microphone. They look like rockers, and it looks like sort of rock star life. Gucci Mane's in it as well. He has a verse in the middle. He's wearing this red leather jacket. He's just come out of prison. He's on a high at the moment. He's riding high. He's looking good. Things are going well for him. So yeah, this song came out a month ago, mid-September. It's mid-November now, and now it's reached number 1. And so the unique thing about this song and about this story is there's a craze on the internet at the moment called the Mannequin Challenge. And actually, as far as these crazes go, I like this one. In this one, what you do is you have a video camera or you have a phone and you record, and everyone is just still. It's like a photo, but the camera goes around and walks around the room and looks at everyone. So you can see it's three-dimensional and you can see it's not a photo. And you just have to freeze. And everyone's in these different poses and these unique poses. Like you could be doing anything. Like someone could be throwing a punch, and someone could be gasping with their hands on their cheeks, and someone could be falling over, or someone's on their phone. Just people are doing all sorts of things. But the part where Rae Sremmurd comes in is their song is the background music to most of these Mannequin challenges, and that has caused the song to go back into the charts. So on Billboard, they got to last week they were at number 9, and now they've jumped to number 1. So they're number 1 in the country based on this Mannequin challenge because everyone's hearing their song in the background. And this isn't the only time this has happened. This happened, I reported on this actually a while ago, a couple of months ago. Ghost Town DJ, they had a song called My Boo, which was out in the 90s. I remember when that first came out. And it was used as the background music for this running meme where these guys would just kind of jump out of a box and then just start running on the spot. And the song would come up in the background. It was short-lived. It was fun. It was a bit dull. These things just kind of come and go, just like the Mannequin Challenge will. But the music was great, and the music re-entered the charts. Like 20 years later, it goes back into the charts. This is amazing. And this has happened with Rae Sremmurd, except it's only a month later. But their career I think it looks like it's kind of going downhill a bit. Like the album sales so far, I guess it hasn't been long enough to say, but looking at the numbers, they did much better last time, and now this came out, and this has boosted them, and I'm glad because I do want them to be around for a while. I like their brand of music as much as they don't have lyrics in it. I like the feel-good, lively, melodic music they make. I just wish they'd put other people doing the verses. And in this song, they had Gucci Mane, who was sounding, he was very confident, and he sounded good, but lyrically, there was not much there. But then they themselves were pretty bad in the verses. Like the chorus was good. I like the chorus, but the verses they were a bit, they didn't work. And the lack of talent shows. Like what's his name? One's called Slim Jimmy and one's called, I I forgot the main one. So there's one who takes the chorus and the first verse usually. He's got the better voice, and he just couldn't hit some of these notes. Like there was one time when it just really he really hit the vocal limit of his ability. It sounded really bad. I think at that point they need to bring other people in. But the rest of the song he sounded fine. He just needs to avoid those. I can't believe that made it through. Like if I was the boss there, I would have just said no. That line has to be redone, or someone else has to sing it because it sounds bad. I never hear bad singing like that before. But it's just limited to one line. The rest of it sounds pretty good, and he gets the melody right most of the time, so he does sound good. Um, and I do believe them as black rock stars. I like this. They are like I've seen some of their interviews, and just knowing the kind of music they make. These aren't serious guys. These aren't studious guys. These aren't thinkers. They're not lyricists. These guys just make party music, and they just go crazy, and so they embody the black rock star. So they are perfect. So that's the good thing about here. When you hear this song, you believe it because they are black rock stars. And then the video just adds to it as well. The video is really good. Slim Jimmy, who he has the third verse. He really goes for it in terms of like putting shouting in his verse really, which is kind of what I imagine rock music to be like. This is not like the cool, calm sort of melodic stuff. This is when you really have to go. You have to go hard, and so he did that. I mean, the lyrics weren't very good, but I'm glad he had the fire that his brother was kind of missing because his brother was treating it as a kind of melodic song. Um, and for both of them, this is their first number one. And when I say both of them, I mean Rae Sremmurd, the duo, and Gucci Mane, the rapper. So he's not as popular as he's been and as good as he's been. He's never had a number one single. So this is great for him. So all around, everybody wins. Everyone gets to hear a. The thing that bothers me about the song is it's a half amazing song. Like if you just take what they have and improve on it, you can make an amazing song, an unforgettable song. But at the moment, the way it is, it's kind of only half done well. But I just want to salute the boss there. Michael made it. I'm a huge fan of this guy. He's a great producer. He made his own record label. He signed these two guys. His career's kind of been based on them. Like he's been working on their albums. He's been producing for them, and I think this is his main work. And he's done a great job because he's made one viable act of two people, and they're doing good. And the numbers are good. At least for the first album, numbers were good. The second album, with this Black Beatles boost, the numbers are going to be decent. They'll at least have a third album. And the beat is great. The beat is the best part of it. The beat is amazing. I loved it, and I love a lot of the beats that he comes out with. Mike Will Made It is amazing, and he appears in the video as well. But he's very kind of in the shadows. He doesn't really like to come out much. He's not really fame hungry. He doesn't grab the camera, so he kind of hangs back. So you just see him like in passing a couple of times, and you won't even know who he is. I only know who he is because I'm interested in the guy and I've been following his career. I know what he looks like, but for most people, they're just going to see some random guy walking about, not knowing who he is. So I recommend you go and watch the video. Check it out. It's a great video. It's feel good. It's loud. It's fast. It's a great song. Well, it's a good song. It's a great song. It's a good song. It's a good video. The video matches it well. And go check it out. And that's all that I have. It's been a really quiet week, except for that story. So I will be back next week with hopefully full to the brim of stories. And I'll see you next week. Bye.